The white working class to the socialists have an embarrassment for several reasons. The main reason is they never wanted a socialist revolution in this country. So we've been fighting one now for longer than 100 years in this country, and you've never wanted it. The workers let the side down.
They're pursuing policies that go against the UK national interest because they believe those policies are the right thing to do. To sacrifice Britain, these are Alistair Heath's words, to sacrifice Britain's self-interest for a bizarre version of the global common good. Yeah? So put the interests of the rest of the world must at all times be valued more highly than British citizens because it's their turn. So it's the turn of the rest of the world. We've had all our good stuff. We've had our good times. It's their turn, and we're doing this for the global common good. And Keir Starmer is doing all this stuff. He's doing like the Chagos Islands, sending money to Ukraine, all this shit, all this pissing away our money, because in his mind, he's been indoctrinated, brainwashed so much that he believes this is the right thing to do. And he's bewildered at the reaction he's getting because he can't understand why people don't appreciate, because when he sits in Islington having his dinners with all the elite, this is all they talk about, these
for decades.
And he's brainwashed to that point that he can't see now that it's insanity what he's doing. Is that, do you think that, so Alistair Heath, as I am, I'm basically saying he's a moron Starmer, but he really believes he's doing this for the right reasons.
He does. I'd say all leaders do things that they think are the right thing to do. Hitler thought he was the best thing for Germany. Stalin, Mao, Saddam Hussein. I'm not picking him because they did terrible things. I'm just saying they all thought what they were doing was best for their country and best for their own interests. And Starmer's doing exactly the same thing. We need to understand who Starmer is. Starmer is a Marxist communist. Communism is about world domination, about a world communist state. Because if we can have a world communist state, then we can equal things out and everybody will be equal. We don't have to spend money on war and competition because there's no need for competition, because we're all one global nation and we'll live in this utopia where we can spend money on everybody will be equal, and it'll be fantastic. That's what he's aiming for. He knows he's not going to achieve it because this is a big project, but he's bought into this project. So therefore, he's trying to support this ideology across the world. So part of it will be diminishing our standing in the world. Excuse me. Part of it will be virtue signaling to other countries because he wants something off them. So he's quite willing to give the Chagos Islands to Mauritius because China says that's the right thing to do, and we're going to help you. So he wants a vision of Britain that I don't want. So it's easy to look at him and think he's stupid, he's evil, doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. We just don't understand what he's trying to achieve. I just know what he's trying to achieve isn't what I want him to achieve. And we'll see where he takes us. But you're right, this isn't a new plan for him. This is, this will be a centuries old ideology, and he thinks, like every communist and every socialist, if I can implement it, it'll work this time. If I'm in charge, because I really understand this, then I'm not corrupt, I'm not evil. If I can implement it. And the trouble is with those people, if they mean it, they're normally the first people to be shot in the head. Because the ruthless guy is behind you and he kills you, then he takes over. Just like, Lenin and Stalin and things like that. That's what happens. So he's an ideologue. He may be harmless. He may not want to be killing people. But there'll be people behind him who will be more ruthless than him.
Yeah. But do you think he's bewildered because he's doing this stuff? He's been taught for decades this is the right way to do it, that Britain deserves to give back now and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just doing that. And I'm doing it in the right way, and I've been told. Do you think he's bewildered? Then the reaction is what it has been to him.
No, I think he understands the reaction, and that's because the far right, the Nazis, the racists, They're Jewish shills. They're capitalists. And they're being funded by this organisation. They just want to keep the workers low. So these are the people he's fighting against. Hence why he can send some of them to jail as political prisoners, because it's people. He's looking at those people going, "You're the reason why we don't have a socialist utopia, because you're either evil or you don't understand it." But good news for you, I understand it. So I'm going to make you do what I want because I understand it, and I'm doing that on your behalf to give you a better life. You might not like it at the moment, but you will thank me because that's how amazing I am.
And it goes back to what we talked about last week, wasn't it? He despises those people.
Yes.
Because they don't understand.
They're embarrassment.
Yes.
The white working class to the socialists have an embarrassment for several reasons. The main reason is they never wanted a socialist revolution in this country. So we've been fighting one now for longer than 100 years in this country, and you've never wanted it. We had Russia revolution, we've had other countries in the world that went socialist and communist, but Western Europe never did it. The workers let the side down. So there's no point engaging with the workers anymore now because they don't know what's good for them. Only we know what's good for them.
They do believe that.
They do.
They do believe that.